does everybody stand here? Y'all feel he's going down? Y'all feel he's coming out? I think they're going to get him because they want to get him.
I think they're going to get him.
I don't care about none of what the evidence. They want to get him, so they're going to get him. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be forever.
It's going to be a couple of years, 5 years maybe.
I'm thinking it's going to do 7. I think it'll do 5 to 7. You say time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. Apparently, random people claiming to be private investigators are approaching TikTokers about Sean Diddy Combs. TikTok influencers like Samson Kruppen have spoken about being visited by people claiming to be private investigators amid Diddy's legal situation, as he's been hit with numerous criminal and civil cases alleging him of sexual abuse and other forms of abuse. In a TikTok shared on Tuesday, November 19th, Samson shared on his TikTok page the encounter he had with the supposed PIs as they arrived at his home. In the video, the two men explained they were hired to speak with creators who have a lot of followers on different platforms and ask them if they're being paid to sway viewers' minds about Diddy in a specific way.
You were saying, Mark?
I was going in a whole different direction.
No, go ahead.
We didn't talk about Diddy. This is the Diddy trial opened up this week.
Well, just jury selection right now.
No, but what I thought was interesting about the jury selection was how they're deciding, how they're getting rid of people. Did you see this? So they interviewed 150 people.
Yeah.
They gave them all a questionnaire, and it's the normal voir dire process. You know, they're trying to get through, to see if you can be impartial. To see if you've had bad experiences, whether you've been experienced sexual assault, etc. But then they gave them a list of celebrities that they had to know or not know, and the list was interesting. They asked them if they knew Michael B. Jordan. They asked him if they knew who Kanye West was. They asked him if they knew who Mike Myers was. They asked him if they knew who Kid Cudi was. I thought the list was interesting. One, it's a window into maybe whose name's gonna come up in trial.
Yeah.
The Mike Myers thing was kind of a bit of a red herring for me. I was like, I
don't know that Mike Myers' name won't come up in trial. Like, we don't know.
We don't know. I was just surprised. I wasn't expecting, Wayne's World, but like,
well, Puff's fucking network is. We don't know who might pop up in this motherfucker.
But I was also thinking, like, who would be in a jury pool that has never
heard of Kanye West?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want a jury pool that doesn't know who Kanye West or Mike Myers is.
I think that's a test, though.
It's a tactic.
It's a test too, because in the jury selection process, you should be removed from the story. Right, because if you watch the story on the news, like during the OJ trial, they told them don't turn the TVs on.
Yeah,
like you're not supposed to have any information already or have heard of anything. So if Kanye West comes across your algorithm, if Kid Cudi comes across your algorithm, then more than likely Sean Combs has come across your algorithm, and you might have already be impartial.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're a juror and you've lived in America and never heard of Kanye, and you've never heard of Mike Myers, and you've never heard of all these people, I'm like, are you a normal person? Like, I don't know if a normal person could go at this stage in 2025 and not know who any of these people are.
You think they can find 12 people that not know any of them names?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. I get your point to people being disconnected from the story, but I think this is one of them cases like OJ where we're not even going to pretend you're disconnected from the story. We just want to pretend. We just want somebody who can be impartial despite knowing the story. Or
Kid Cudi. Like if you bring Kid Cudi into the fold. The rumors are surrounding Puff and Kid Cudi.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So all of those things you
ain't even a rumor. Cudi said that shit. we didn't say it.
Nah, I feel like
Cudi said that shit.
You know what I mean? I ain't indicting a nigga. I'm just saying that you kind of want to try and attempt. Like, there's no grown-up person that really don't know who Sean Combs is, but you want to attempt in your best efforts to have it be unbiased.
Yeah, I think unbiased is the goal. I'd be skeptical of somebody. If somebody told me they didn't know who Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, Mike Myers was,
there anybody else
I think they were lying.
Was there anybody else on the list other than those four?
There were a few. Dawn from they raised Dawn from Dirty Money and Vanity Kane. That's what I'm trying to think of. Who else? I'm trying to pull up the list now. But those are the big ones.
I have a question for you, Mark. When you finish.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
What do you say to someone that the closer this trial comes, right, that actually starts to get nervous and feel bad for him, right? Do they express that publicly, or do you feel like because they'll be judged, they have to internalize it? What do you say to that? Like, just feel bad and now I'm nervous, now it's looking like he's about to go forever, and my relationship with him was this, regardless of what the people see. Do you feel like
you talking about potential jurors or just people in general?
It's just a person in
like
general.
somebody who's connected to him, a friend of his?
Yeah, he's talking about like him.
Oh, God.
No, not me.
No, not you, but people like him.
I mean, one of the
people like you, nigga.
But I wouldn't have no problem saying that.
Oh,
right?
I want him to answer because you're not gonna. I want him to answer it because I don't think you're gonna answer the question honestly.
Okay.
I think you're gonna
pussyfoot around.
Yeah, because and you mastered that, and I understand why. Like I have to move like that, but I want to know when you express.
You think Mark has more empathy than me?
No, I just feel like it's hard to. I feel like in the world that we live in today, it is hard to express that. But you would get judged for expressing, your concern for a person who might have done bad, and like, damn, I hope everything works out. Like, how does a person?
I think they should be honest about that. I mean, I think,
even if they get judged.
I mean, that's the risk of telling the truth, right? I mean,
Got it.
I work with people. I do a lot of work with prisoners. I've been working with prisoners for decades. Some of them did the crimes. I just think they got too much time. Some of them I don't believe. Some of them I believe are innocent. Others I believe like you shouldn't get 30 years for doing X. You know what I mean? And it's tough to say when someone's been harmed. Yeah, he did it, but he still shouldn't get life. So when it comes to Diddy, I don't think anybody's defending what they saw on tape that we know Diddy did. I think the question becomes for some people, the people you're talking about is, one, has he done everything that he's accused of? Because once the floodgates open, you had thousands of people accused and did everything. He did some of that shit. Some of it, I'm confident he didn't do, right? We don't know. That's what the trial is for.
Yeah.
And then the second question is, will the punishment fit the crime? There's rumors that, oh no, it's not rumors. He confirmed that they rejected the settlement. Right? I don't know what the settlement offer was. I've heard 5 years. I've heard other numbers. I don't know what's true. But
that Puff rejected.
The Puff rejected the settlement.
Yeah, there was a plea deal on the table. And he
I'm sorry. I said settlement. I mean plea. I'm sorry. They rejected the plea deal. So we know that there is a number out there that's tangible that was offered. For some people, the fact that he rejected that will take away their sympathy. Like you had an opportunity to get a lower number. Now, if you get roofed, that's on you. Unless you think you're innocent, right? So all these things play out. For me, it's going to come down to what's in the trial and what comes out. I'm confident that Diddy did some of that shit, but I'm not confident at what the details are until I see it.
You didn't answer my question as far as the people.
I'm saying they should speak out and tell the truth,
regardless.
I think that's always the right answer, and I think we have to be more honest about that because we're in a culture now where we only defend people who are innocent.
True.
And part of the criminal legal system and part of the structure of it, in my estimation, is not just to protect the innocent, but also to make sure that people who do bad things don't get excessive punishment. That's why we don't have cruel and unusual punishment. So we have to think about all those things, and that means sometimes taking a tough position. And I got burnt by that last week. I was working with a brother who was locked up for 22 years for murder, and I worked with him. I mentored him. I talked to him. He's been home for 2 years, and he just got arrested last week for murdering somebody else. I don't feel that I was wrong for.
Okay, that has to affect your part of the month standing.
You're getting desperate, man. It's okay.
No, that's all. You defended what?
I didn't defend him.
I'm joking.
But I wanted him to come home. But, because he was reformed, rehabilitated. He became a journalist in prison. All these things.
Wow.
Right. Yes, that's something. These are the things that he's saying.
You talking about the brother? There was a story recently. Okay,
last week.
Got it. Yeah.
And so those are the moments.
He came home and killed somebody else?
Allegedly, he's accused of it. He's charged with it. Yeah, he's charged with it. He got arrested last week. And I know him well.
How did you feel when you saw that?
I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken for the woman he allegedly killed. I was heartbroken for all the prisoners who we work with to get rehabilitated and to do the right thing and to get sentenced. Because
this sets everybody back.
This sets everybody back. When you fight for bail reform, when you fight for prison reform, it's hard. Or when you fight for abolition, it's hard to say that because they always going to say, "What about him?"
Had he served his full sentence, or did he get some?
I think he did the whole. He did. He did. They gave him the whole thing.
Okay.
He ate the whole thing, and now he's going back. So, but all that to say, so for me, I understand the challenge of standing with people who are quote unquote guilty.
Yes.
But that's all part of the process. And with Diddy, we got this Cassie tape, which he fought to get suppressed because they said it would prejudice the jury.
And I'm seeing mixed reports on that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, in some reports, they're saying they will allow that video evidence. And
I've heard
my recent reports, they're saying that it's undecided, and as of now, they will not yet. So I'm uncertain of that. I'll answer your question anyway, even though you look for my answer. Fuck you, bitch.
No, because
I feel bad when I look at his kids.
Yeah, because when we asked you this question, I seen you. You got to remember he wasn't here when the shit was first going on. I'm gonna be mindful of what I say. Like I seen you battle, in my opinion, your true feelings and how you want to come off to the masses. I seen that in real time, and that's no disrespect to you. You should have a job to do.
Don't paint it wrong. I'm battling the person that I knew versus the person that people are saying they know.
Sorry,
That's what he said.
That's what I'm saying. But let me clear
because it wasn't a battle with what I wanted to say and what I didn't.
No, because
want to say.
when it first happened,
especially when you've been to the parties.
Hold on, wait. When it first happened,
everybody just didn't have that view of Puff. Of listen, I don't give a fuck what they say about him now. The nigga's the best hostess. Hostess.
Depending on the night.
Yeah, that hip hop has ever seen. So,
can we? Sometimes you want the truth, but sometimes we can't tell the truth.
you can say the truth anytime you want. And if it's too much truth, we'll edit it out.
All I'm saying is that I watch people in real time have feelings, and once the information came out, was battling with those feelings internally. Because then now, like you said earlier, like the person that I know and the person that the public knows, it's an internal conflict, and it's irresponsible for even me, for a person to come up here and say something, and it comes insensitive to others who may have suffered. So that's just a hard thing to deal with. Me, I'll just go off on a ledge and I'll deal with the ramifications. But sometimes that's irresponsible, and I appreciate you guys bringing it there. Hold on, now you don't have to do all that. You just don't have to do it. But I also feel like,
and on the flip side of what you're saying, to add on to what you're saying, there's tons of people out there that believe he'll be back on the street shortly.
Yeah, you're right. So
There's a bunch of people that yeah, I mean, it's some people that don't feel they have the strongest case against him, and per the reports, they're saying he was in the court 8 lawyers deep, 8 lawyers strong. The most recent lawyer is homeboy that hip hop has crowned best lawyer in the universe.
Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele.
Was it Brian Steele or was it Drew? It was Brian. Either way, both of them, creme de la creme, right? So if your money is long as train smoking, it's just words, and you're sitting there with 8 of the best attorneys in the universe,
You feeling good?
and you feel like,
they said he was nervous while he was in there.
he said that.
Yeah.
Yes,
He said that.
Oh,
As he should. They said he had reading glasses on. He's now playing the game. You know what the game is.
Yeah.
I'm going to appear to be,
Not arrogant.
Right.
Not nothing.
Yeah, no, none of that stuff.
I think it's also okay to be.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on real quick, because he's going to make the prosecution or the feds or whoever this is, draw a very distinct line between the difference in being a swinger and being a sex trafficker. That's what it seems like from the reports. Me even thinking about that does muddy it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, and
Muddy it up in what regard?
Muddy it up as in it's going to be your job to have all facts, I's dotted, like in the OJ case. Like in the OJ case, you dropped the ball on how y'all collected evidence, what evidence you got, how y'all handled things, fucked it up. Who cares if he did it or not?
Yeah.
He's putting the ball in their court to make sure everything that you have collected in the evidence says, I am a sex trafficker and sexual abuser versus
I'm on some other
I'm a freak.
some freaky wild shit.
Yeah.
And in addition
It's a great defense.
Yeah, but in addition to that,
it is.
apparently the phrase coercive control has been stricken. It can't be used, which is
Huge.
See?
yeah.
And he tried to use the drug
What does that
defense
mean,
too. That failed, right? Because they were trying to. They're trying
I
to
didn't like that defense.
Yeah,
That was horrible.
I
wouldn't
think it was
even have
good.
made that go public.
That was a mess.
But you got to throw it up
But
there.
you got to throw everything out there.
Right, because if you can establish, the idea was basically saying that to get a criminal conviction, you have to show that you had a criminal mind. We call it mens rea, a criminal mind. And his point was, I was so high.
I don't know what the
That
fuck
I didn't
was
have
going
the
on.
intent
Right.
to
Yeah, I didn't have a
commit
criminal
act.
Yeah,
Exactly. It was just fun to me.
It's an affirmative
And I
defense.
thought-
Like I did it, but I did it because it's just like saying.
And I thought that everybody was a willing participant.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, fuck that. Then he played the race card with the Mann Act, saying basically that the Mann Act has been used mainly against black men, like Jack Johnson and all these people, has been used to basically to criminalize black men for all kinds of shit, right? It wasn't the most persuasive
Jack
argument.
Johnson, the boxer.
The boxer, right? Because he had a white woman and basically
I remember, yeah.
So then he's establishing this third piece, which I think is the best argument, which is, look, I'm a freak ball, right? Like, I do freaky shit, I do wild shit, and I'm rich. So if you do freaky wild shit with drugs and a lot of people, you're going to be traveling across the country. We got escorts, we got this, we got that. This wasn't sex trafficking, this was just regular fucking. And because the jury is supposed to invoke what they call the reasonable man standard, the idea of what would a reasonable person do under this situation, it's quite reasonable that a juror, even if even if they didn't live that life, could relate to it. They assume that rich people do freaky wild shit with money. So I think that actually might make a juror say, you know what, Puffy's not a criminal, he's just a freak.
Or we got dialogue that says, yo, blah 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 blah, I can't wait to do XYZ, but you live in California and I live in Florida.
Right.
So when you got on that plane and me and you have a dialogue saying, I'm gonna eat your ass out like Crab Bay, you get on the flight and you come over there and you did it.
I heard that.
That feels like real dialogue. You didn't just make that one up.
Put Crab in your phone right now, nigga.
Do a search, right? I'm about to say, do a search. Type Crab in that nigga phone.
What the fuck, man? Come on, man. You freak.
I don't even eat crab. Y'all niggas stupid.
You might not eat crab.
Whatever the dialogue might have been.
The other crab.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dog, we've all, not for nothing, had women come from other states maybe to visit us.
Yeah.
And if y'all got into some shit, then that could potentially go left.
Right. And they're going to, like, that's what he means, but you're going to blur that line.
Yeah, they're going to.
It's just interesting it took him that long to pick this as the defense.
That might have always been their go-to defense. Again, you throw everything out.
Yeah.
You throw the shit that's exculpatory first. You throw out the shit that's going to make them say you didn't do it first, if you can. But
And I'm not in a rush to release my defense to people that are about to prepare
that
against
could
it.
prepare their own defense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, hell no. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Just for the record, because I forgot, everyone here, where does everybody stand here? Y'all feel he's going down? Y'all feel he's coming out? I think they're going to get him because
already
they
done
want to
both.
get him.
I think they're gonna get him.
I don't care about none of what the evidence. They want to get him, so they're going to get him. I don't think it's
Feds
going to
don't
be.
miss.
I don't think it's going to be forever.
It's gonna be a couple years, 5 years maybe.
I'm thinking he's going to do
Feds don't
7.
miss.
I think he'll do 5 to 7. You say time served?
No, ain't no time.
Am I back to saying time served?
No time, sir. We getting him. Not we, but they're getting him.
Yeah.
I would like to know what that plea was. I mean, I know I won't, but
10
I'm
to
dying to
15.
know.
10 to 15. Come home in 7.
That's a good point.
What? Because the question is, what is the number that he would have said yes to? If they offer him 3 years, you take it, right? After you've already done a year, so it had to be at least five, like you said, 5 to 7.
Depends on where your arrogance is.
and I was just going to
And it
say,
depends on who what your team, what your law team is telling you to do. If
If
your
my
law
man-
team of these niggas that they are, Thug lawyer was like,
just
yo,
getting ready
I
to say
didn't
that.
want him to take a plea.
I told him no.
Period.
Right,
We
same
had
with the ASAP situation.
now again,
right?
different
Yeah,
case
you're
because
right.
that was not the feds.
Them niggas offered
That
ASAP.
counts.
What 180 days?
Yeah, and we was kicking his back in like, why he ain't take that shit? That's
18 months or 6 months or some shit, and he was like, no. And
I did come in and apologize to him.
Yeah, me too.
I was absolutely wrong.
You get what I'm saying?
And
Like,
shout out to Rocky again for his work last night.
Shout out to
Shout out to Rocky.
like
Yes.
dog, we came in here like, yo, fam, 6 months, nigga.
You take that.
And unfortunately, fortunately, we don't have the lawyer teams that they got and the legal teams that they got saying, yo, we about to kick these niggas' asses.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
And
lie,
again,
one of
there's
my-
another side of that, bro. We see niggas where the plea deal look like it's something that they should take. They take it to trial and get roofed. We see Tory. We all swore Tory was walking.
Tory
I don't
bugged out,
doubt
though.
it. But
Tory-
we didn't
Tory
know.
bugged out.
Tory's legal team
Tory
wasn't
bugged
them.
the fuck out.
And his legal team wasn't them.
That's true. That's true.
If his legal
That
team
nigga's
was
legal
that,
team
he
was
might
not
not
them.
have bugged the fuck out.
Yeah, true.
He told a bunch of missteps with Tory, but water under the bridge.
Yeah, exactly. I remember somebody else. They offered him. They was like, "Yo, take 20."
And guess what?
And
His
he was
lawyer
like,
wasn't
"No,
them
we're not
neither.
no, his lawyer. Don't get me started.
His lawyer wasn't them neither.
They
I know what you're
roofed him.
talking about. His
Yeah.
lawyer wasn't them. His lawyer was playing the internet games and all that shit.
Yep.
These niggas
These
right
is
here
them.
are professionals, bro.
Yeah, but
These niggas coming there with $4,000 suits on, looking the part, playing the part.
But there is a world in which the jury looks at this dream team and it turns them off.
Could be.
There is
That's
a
true.
world where that
Absolutely.
happens.
Absolutely.
There's a world where they say
The common man can't get a fair shake. That's
Exactly,
true.
but this rich motherfucker can hire this,
I agree.
8 lawyers with their $4,000 suits,
I
and
agree.
yo, fuck you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with that.
You're right.
I totally agree with that.
So we don't know what's going to happen. But
We
with
don't know.
Cassie being a witness for the prosecution, even if they don't have the video, just her witness testimony and her testimony alone is going to be really hard.
I think her testimony is going to be pivotal, but
I think that cross exam is going to be pivotal.
I think that
Thank
cross.
you.
I
That's
think
what
that
I
cross
think.
is going to be a monster.
You run the risk.
And I heard
you do run some risks putting her up there.
Do you see
and
him?
they said even with the tape, they said they got other tapes. Yes.
They would have to have other.
No, and they said there's other tapes. It displays a whole different narrative.
Well, if I believe that Puff is freaky boy camcorder man, then yeah, niggas got tapes. I was recording, so the same shit is some shit against me. I got some shit that kind of proves what I'm saying as
And
well.
there you go, which again muddies the lines, like you said.
Do you think he takes the stand in his own defense?
No.
No.
He better not.
I think they never let him take this.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You don't pay those high-priced attorneys for you to have to get up there and plead your case.
No, for you to have to get up there and get cross-examined.
Yeah, nah.
Right.
He ain't doing
That's
that.
the last thing we want. No,
right.
no, we're not doing that.
Last thing we want.
Listen,
Did you see what y'all think about the lines of people out there? They
I
was,
don't know nothing
they was
about that.
paying folks
It was
$25 to $32 an hour just to
yeah.
stand online.
To say what?
No,
To
you
get
just-
in
Just
there.
to watch.
Yeah.
It was like a go get in the club.
Yeah.
It's like first come first serve type shit. People are lining up at God knows what time.
What is the
Six-
second?
six-
What is
6 a.m.?
What is the second craziest trial that y'all have ever witnessed or been alive for? I say second because I'm just going to put OJ
OJ.
at one.
So OJ Menendez,
OJ goes at one.
John
for
Gotti?
everybody.
John Gotti, Robert
was-
Blakely,
I ain't never followed none of that shit.
Phil Spector.
Phil Spector's a good one.
Because it was two trials.
But-
First one was a mistrial. Second one he gets convicted for.
But when I speak on biggest trial, yeah, that was a real good one. But when I speak of biggest, I also mean
Jeffrey
your-
fucking Dahmer.
no. I'm
Sorry.
also talking about your reaction,
Your relationship to it.
like because these are huge.
For
what
me, it
you're
was Michael.
naming.
For me, it was Michael Jackson.
But for
Yeah,
me,
it was only two
Michael
for me.
Jackson. was
Michael
big.
Jackson and OJ were the only two that I felt. George Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman was
That
close,
might have been it.
but
George Zimmerman.
But Michael Jackson for me was
Michael
bigger.
ain't second. Michael not second. It was OJ and Zimmerman.
For me,
Which case gave you the biggest? Let me reword it. Which case gave you the biggest? Aha! Like wow! Like holy shit! I can't believe what I'm seeing. Right
Rodney
now.
King. Rodney King.
I was about to say,
Rodney
nigga, we
King.
Rodney
old.
King.
Rodney King.
Yeah,
Rodney King, bro.
Rodney King.
We
What about
saw
you,
these cops beating this man on the ground.
Right.
So in our brain, and I was younger.
Yeah.
But in our brain,
He
it's
was like
like it's
24.
no way that they could possibly argue this.
This nigga was
You get what I'm
24
saying?
or some shit.
There's no way that they could possibly justify
What about the
beating this
Amadou
man up.
Diallo shit?
We didn't see it. Rodney King, we saw these men beating
We
this
watched
man
him get
on
beat.
tape, kicking him in the face, beating him with batons, and then none of them niggas got a day.
Got it.
So
Got
that
it.
was something that we had to.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. That was a
really
heartbreak.
living
For
in
me,
a-
right
that
after
sobered
OJ
me.
would probably have to be Aaron Hernandez.
That was a big trial, but it didn't. I didn't have the aha
I
from that.
don't care about the trial.
Yeah.
I care about. Wait, what?
from
Because of the gay stuff.
no, because this is a football
Aaron
player I've been
Hernandez
watching
of the
score
Patriots
touchdowns.
has
He's on my fantasy
6
team.
bodies. Has 6
I was like,
bodies.
wait, he was doing
the,
what?
The gay stuff? No, nigga.
Talk about that.
Aaron Hernandez was killing everybody.
But I guess I went into the trial knowing that already, so I wasn't shocked. I didn't have an aha moment the way I did with.
Well,
with
wait, they
Rodney
learned
King.
about new bodies in the trial.
That's true, but once you kill 2, 6 don't really. Like, I'm not like, oh, he killed even more people.
This nigga's a killer.
It was the fact that he was a killer was the shocker for me.
Oh.
I ain't know that.
If you jump from 2 to 6,
You're a serial
Right.
killer now.
That's true. Because 2 could be under circumstance, right?
I know niggas in the hood that killed 2 niggas. You killed 6, nigga. You in the hood Hall of Fame.
Them same two niggas you think they only killed. They might got 4 more. Fuck you talking
When you
about?
say we
This the
know it,
hood
though.
don't know.
Right.
We talk about the ones you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck
God
what?
damn, that nigga dead.
Nah.
For me, one of the
What
most
up, killer?
impactful trials I ever watched in my entire life was Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka.
Yeah.
Do you know who they are?
Yeah.
What Leo
Yeah.
Polka did, yo?
All right, all right.
I
Let
thought you
me,
were gonna say Martha
Take
Stewart.
that shit to H&B. Oh,
Yo.
I'm joking.
What?
Tell us who these people
okay,
are.
Carl Manuco.
Let me.
Manuka honey?
No, Carl Bernardo and Carla Homolka. They were a married couple, and they lived in Canada. They lived in St. Catharines. It's like the suburb that's like about 50 miles outside of Toronto. And on the surface, you know, he's this good-looking guy. She's his good-looking wife, and everything is perfect, right? Come to find out, they're murdering young girls together. So the first girl was named Leslie Mahaffey. She goes missing. Nobody knows where she is. Her body's later found, like, you know, dismembered, encased in cement. The worst part about that is that she kept leaving, you know, she kept sneaking out at home. And one night her mom found out that she snuck out. So to teach her a lesson, she locked the door. And so that was when Paul Bernardo found Leslie Mahaffey. That was her name. And so then their next victim was this girl named Kristen French. And they
Why do you know this case so well?
The fact that you know these
I'm
people's
telling
Did you do a
names.
movie? Did you do a movie? Wait, hold on. Did you do a movie of the week reenactment of this?
I did not. No, but this is
I was cadaver number 2.
This is one of the biggest trials.
Yo, you and Ish gotta stop. Are y'all crazy?
Oh shit! You know.
This is one of the biggest trials that ever happened in
Canada.
Canada. It was wild. They occupied, like, you know,
We in America now.
the news cycle forever. They're called the Ken and Barbie killers.
What year was this?
like 1992.
And you remember
or
their
something.
names?
I remember
That's what fucked me up.
everything
14.
about this because it was so crazy because their third victim was her sister.
What was
her
the third victim's name?
It was Carla Molka's sister, so Tammy. Her name was Tammy. Yeah.
You're good, boy.
Yeah, you need a hug.
So wait, so hold on. So wait, hold on.
honestly.
No. So let me tell you the aha
For mad
moment.
different reasons. She
So
need a hug.
let me tell you the aha moment in this trial.
Yeah,
Let me,
stop. I want to hear the fucking story.
Do you?
No. Do you really? No,
I do. Nigga, I want to hear. I want to.
Y'all shut up.
Because this is a really interesting. This is a really interesting
Extremely
story
interesting.
What happened, Mel?
about immunity. So they know that they've caught him, and as a matter of fact, he was also the Scarborough rapist. He was raped like 50 women. Okay, so hold on. So the prosecution basically, has her as a witness, and they offer her immunity, and she's like, I was a battered woman, I was forced to do all these things, whatever. So she gets her immunity deal, it's like 11 years or something like that. Then they find tapes inside of the ceiling of the house. They looked through this house, like torn it apart 4 times and never found these tapes. Somehow, some way, on the 5th time, they found these tapes. When they view these tapes of them torturing the girls and murdering them, but performing sex acts on them, they realized that she was fully in this and was not a battered woman at all. But they'd given her immunity. She got off 11 years. Now she lives somewhere, husband, kids, living the whole like fucking trad wife life. It's crazy.
Wow. Y'all check it out.
Yeah. Ken and Barbie.
Lifetime.
Ken and Barbie.
I mean,
She was pitching that.
You audition for Barbie, yo.
pitching that.
That's
Yo.
why
no, I can't play that. I can't play
Yes,
it.
you can.
You're a
I can
real
play it.
actress.
I can't play
You're a
it.
real actress.
Yes, you can.
You could definitely play
She's
that. Are you
white.
kidding me? Don't sell yourself short.
She's white with blonde hair.
So is John Q.
They got
You
makeup.
white
And,
with...
and change it for you.
You get a blind wig.
Something like it. Talk about cases that had impact on us, right?
No
Okay,
doubt,
well,
no
yeah.
doubt. Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Story
check
over.
that out if you never seen it.
Tammy Manuka.
Call Minoko.
Yeah, them niggas.
Story time over.
You guys are fucking jerks.
No.
All the notes.
Call Manuka.
Yeah, I love when they go and they get in their bag, bro. Yeah, that's right. The fucking game was on last night. We was in the middle of our comeback. That's when my girl decided to send me horoscopes. She texted the first one. Virgo. Of course, the Virgo was going through something and needed a Scorpio. That's the only time she said it. Virgo, let go. Whatever you try to let go. Yada 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 yada. I was cool. Girl, send me a Scorpio one. Scorpio, be there for a Virgo. He is really in it. Yo, the game is on.
Fam,
Hey,
OG just
hey,
shot
yo,
another
yo,
3.
Hey, yo, the game is on right now. Get the fuck out of my phone. Stop hitting me. God damn.
And OG was the savior of that game.
OG was great.
Niggas
Mattel was
ain't
great.
giving him enough.
Jalen was great. Mitch was great. A lot of things had to go great for us to win that game. The better team won. The better team won that night. Jason Tatum and all your hair products. You know what I mean? I'm sure you showered that day. All that fucking mousse and shit you be putting your hair in there. Nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Guess what's gonna go on tomorrow?
What?
In y'all eyes.
We gotta
Y'all
see.
shit gonna be burning.
Nah, we up 2-0 tomorrow.
Bruh.
And boy, when it happened,
You know.
y'all already know how I'm coming to work, right?
You know better.
Y'all know how I'm coming to work,
I might go
right?
buy me a Celtics jersey if I can get it in time.
I bet Tatum he would have to wear a Knicks jersey if they lose.
I'm put. What's his middle name? Yeah, I'm putting nigga middle name on it like you do Steph.
Wardell, boy. Don't play with Wardell. Y'all know better.
Christopher.
What else is important out there or unimportant?
Yo, we was talking about trials and shit in court. Hove amended his defamation case against Busby. $200 million now.
That's what he wants.
He said I lost out of $200 million in deals.
And I got my niggas to give me some
You know,
invoices and some
boy.
estimates saying that we had this deal on the table. Crack your fucking head. Every dollar you make, I want.
From now and for a while. Yeah.
Every dollar. So if y'all, guess what? If y'all get Shannon, that money coming right to daddy. Come on.
Lost
What?
200?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play
Good for him. Buzz your ass like that.
Play with the wrong one.
My man Shannon lost his deals. Boy, they done covered up the Boost Mobile sign. I love when that happens. All right.
Yo, bro.
No, not
I changed
people,
my vote.
no, not people losing deals, but having to cover up the sign.
They only got to cover up the sign because they lost the deal.
I know, but you can't cut it off, so now you got to hang a shirt over it. Like Ojo Cinco just put a shirt over Boost Mobile. Like, nigga, we know what it used to say. Right?
What's wrong with you, son?
I just think it's funny. That's all.
Oh man.
Let's see what else needs our attention. We did Matt Gala. We did Andre 3K. We did some Trump shit that we're gonna do every time some shit comes out. We did Rihanna pregnant.
Yeah, man.